Now, soon after you get done putting in your windows and your walls and your doors on the main level, you're going to want to get started on the second level. There's something that you need to know about how to control your views before we jump into that. So the first thing I want you to do is just open up the second floor, and I'm not sure exactly what you'll see. You might see something like this where there's just a few walls showing. You might not see any walls at all, and you might see it look like this, where the first floor is actually still visible. And in some way, you can tell the difference between a wall on the first floor, which is this, and a wall on the second floor, which is this. Even if you don't have gray filled in here, you'll be able to see that the second floor walls are thicker and bold. Okay, now how do we manipulate all these things? How do we change this? Well, first of all, you saw over here in properties that I changed what's called an underlay from none, which will show none of the first floor, to first floor, which will actually show that first floor. Okay, so that's step number one. Number two, do you want to be able to select any walls on the main level? If so, you need to make sure that this tool is active. And all of these tools pertain to how you select things. So this one is called Select Underlay Elements, meaning I can indeed select anything that's not on the level I'm looking at if it's an underlay element. Okay, and if I turn that off, you'll see a red X show up, and now I can't select those. Sometimes you don't want to be able to. Sometimes you wish to leave them alone, and you might accidentally select them, and so you just turn off the ability to select them altogether. Okay, and the last thing that you might want to change is to come over here to your graphic display options, and hidden line is what you've been viewing. But if we change that to textures, then you can see it feels more like a wood stud wall. And sometimes I like to do that just so that I can more easily and clearly differentiate between what's on what level, or what are the walls that I'm really dealing with right now. Okay, so we did three things. We changed the underlay. It can be none or first floor in this case. We changed toggled the ability to select underlay elements, and we changed the color of things. And it was this one. We went from hidden line to textures. So the only caveat here is that you always have to remember to go back to hidden line when you're done. If you don't go back to hidden line, you'll be printing things incorrectly, because eventually you don't want to print in color. That's just a nice fancy way to see things temporarily. So that's how you turn it on. Going back to hidden line turns it off. Going back to none gets rid of the first floor. Okay, now we're set to get going in the next video.